Hi foodies, welcome back to my channel. I'm making some cornmeal porridge today. I've already posted a video of cornmeal porridge, the version that I made, which was extremely rich and creamy because I made this one when I was pregnant, and I also made that for my son when he was in his late infant stage. So I'm gonna do this other one, and you guys can try both. Let me know which one you like more. The other one had mostly coconut milk, so there is a slight difference. All right, let's get into it. So, of course, I told you guys about my tip. If you can't find the very fine cornmeal, this is what I do. I just put it in a blender or this bullet, whatever, gadget you have at home, and get it in there and process it so the grains can get even smaller. All right, that's what I do. Now remember, this step is optional. If you're able to find the very fine yellow cornmeal, you don't have to do this. But I find that sometimes the ones that I get in the supermarket, depending on the brands that are available, it's not as fine as I want it to be. So this step really helps me with that. And of course, the next step, we're going to be adding some milk to this. So just mix it thoroughly so there aren't any clumps or lumps in there. I'm also going to go in with a little coconut milk, but not as much as the last recipe, just a little bit. So you want to get a pot that you have enough space in, and then put some salt in that water. Now you'll notice that there are just very fine bubbles in there. Okay, it's not boiling up yet. So now we're going to stir in the cornmeal mixture. And for this mixture, you want to keep whisking or stirring it. Okay, make sure you do that continuously, because if you don't, what happens is the cornmeal will settle to the bottom and then start to stick. I'm going in with some cinnamon leaf. If you have pimento leaf, you can use it too. Sometimes I do that. This is some cinnamon leaf, and I am going to be adding some other spices throughout this. So in goes my pimento grains, or allspice grains, whatever you want to call it. These add a lot of flavor. I noticed that not many people, I don't see it. I don't see many people adding pimento to their cornmeal porridge, but I love it. I really do love adding that. I think I prefer that than adding the powder too. Here's another tip for you guys. If you want to make sure the mixture is stirred properly or whisked properly, do it in a figure 8. You'll see me going around here like I'm making a figure 8. This just helps to make sure that you're not mixing just the outside or the inside. You want to make sure every part, right, is mixed properly to prevent a lot of lumps. If you have a few lumps, that's fine. That's fine. But you don't want the whole porridge to be full of lumps, okay? Listen, I know you want to walk away, but trust me, this is one of the reasons why some people pop bottom bun up, because they leave the stove and gone all outside and come back. Listen, this is why sometimes the porridge at the top is perfect, and then when you're done sharing out everything, you see the bottom of the pot burnt. Look at how thick the porridge is getting. It'll get even thicker right before your eyes. Usually when I'm doing this, 20 minutes max is what it takes to cook the porridge. And you want to make sure you keep stirring. Do not leave the porridge unattended, because even if the top looks perfect, the bottom might stick, and you want to scrape down the sides as often as you can. If you see any tiny lumps, just use your whisk or your spoon to break it up. Now I'm gonna go in with some grated nutmeg. Freshly grated nutmeg always when you're making your porridge. Always. I'm going to add some vanilla, of course, and if you love vanilla, you can add even more. I like to add it closer to the end of the cooking process. The smell is really, really nice. Like all the spices, all the flavorings go well together. Now, even though I use the cinnamon leaf, I'm still gonna go in with a little cinnamon powder, and if I need more a little bit later on, then I will add some more. So another thing, guys, I never add flour to my cornmeal porridge. I only do cornmeal for my cornmeal porridge. So if you like to add flour, that's fine. Everybody has their choice, right? So as far as sweetening, I'm using condensed milk. You can use sugar if you prefer. Sometimes I use just sugar, okay? It's all about preference. So sweeten to taste, okay? And check out the consistency, guys. See, it's really nice and creamy, and there is no flour in this. So you're gonna get that cornmeal texture. You're gonna have it cooked properly, right? But it's gonna be that cornmeal texture. If you want to remove the pimento grains, go ahead. If I'm pouring it for myself, it doesn't really bother me. But if you're doing it for somebody else, take those leaves out and the pimento out, and then pour that beautiful bowl of cornmeal porridge. Guys, you don't need to add flour to this. If you're making cornmeal porridge, just use cornmeal and get a really nice fine cornmeal, or you can use my tip where I use the blender just to make it even finer. Really simple, really delicious, guys. In the comment section, let me know if you prefer to use more milk or more coconut milk. Tell me what you prefer, the cow's milk or the coconut milk. There are times where I actually just use water and condensed milk. If I'm making a small pot, literally just water and some condensed milk. There are many ways to make cornmeal porridge. Let me know below which of the recipes you prefer. Okay, the first one had mostly coconut milk, and this one has more milk. Now remember to check out my other video for cornmeal porridge. This one is my richer and creamier recipe. Let me know if you have a preference. I like them both. This one is definitely more filling in my opinion, but they both taste delicious. All right, thanks so much for watching, and remember to leave me a thumbs up and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you, guys. See you next time.